Now I want to start this video off by saying first I can fully admit when I'm wrong about something. So the previous upload of how to make X amount of horsepower on an STI, the video is very close to what it should have been. However, I did leave out one crucial piece of information. I had a whole bunch of tuners chime in because I don't want to be spreading a whole bunch of false information. I had a little bit of misinformation that I had found on a couple forums, so I do want to correct that going forward. So I talked to a couple tuners on the East Coast, I believe they are, and they said the list was fairly close. However, there was one miscommunication that should have been clarified, and that is my fault. I am sorry, everyone. But the VF48 and other stock turbos are potentially, they're not going to be fully capable or reliable to hit 350 wheel horsepower. If you are shooting for that number, you are going to want to swap that turbo out. Some good ones out there, FP Greens, Cobb 20G, and a couple other ones. The Blausch Dominator 1.5 XTR is another good one, but I did want to clarify that piece of information before getting into the video, just because I didn't want too much miscommunication going out into the world, and I totally understand where they came from with everything. But anyways, jumping in today's topic, I need to fix the BRZs radiator hoses because they've, one of them, that upper radiator hose kind of exploded on me. It just split where it connects to the block, so I got some Mishimoto hoses. We'll go over those in a second so I can show you guys what I'm swapping out of the car, but I'm just going to speed through this. I'm not going to be doing a full install video of how to swap radiator hoses and burp the system because we've burped enough cooling systems the past like couple weeks. I've shown you guys how to disassemble, reassemble radiator stuff, so I'm just going to get that knocked out, and then I want to jump into today's topic of just how we're going to be progressing with the channel and how it's going to be moving forward now that I'm doing YouTube full-time and a couple other media projects on the side. So I did want to give you guys a little update or just a visual on the parts that we're using. So these are just Mishimoto's hoses that we're going to be putting onto the BRZ. I have never used these before, but they look like pretty decent replacement hoses. No issues with them. They should be pretty straightforward to swap over into the BRZ. Also going to be using the Subaru OEM blue coolant as per usual. So I'm going to get going. I got to take the bumper off on the BRZ to get access back to that radiator again, drain out all the old coolant, get the old hoses off, get these new ones on, and then refill it and reburp it. So should be pretty quick. If I run into any issues, I'll tell you guys. I might struggle with that one hose clamp again, so hopefully I don't. All right, so all of the old radiator stuff is out of the car now. I gave up on even trying to use these compression clamps. They would not fit on the new hose. They barely even fit on the old hose. So the lady was nice enough to run over to AutoZone for me and just grab some worm gear clamps. I mean, they're tight. It's not going anywhere. So the lower hose down there has been swapped out. It's a little dark right there. And then this upper hose here. Now, the outside of the engine block is like extremely dirty. It looks like there's, well, coolant did get all over it. So I'm going to take a little bit of this degreaser that I have down here, and I'm just going to spray it on here and just rinse it off with some low pressure water. I'm going to avoid getting the alternator wet because I know you're not supposed to, but everything else should be weather sealed except for that MAF plug. I want to get that out of the way. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give this a spray down real quick, just to clean it up a little bit, try to get some of that coolant off of there, and then throw everything else back together, fill it with coolant, and get this finished up. All right, so I got everything put back together. The car is fully burped, good to go. So now I want to go into channel updates with everyone and how we're going to be doing things moving forward from now. 10 out of 10, did not enjoy that. I never enjoy dealing with coolant. It's like sticky on the hands, it gets everywhere. But the BRZ is fully fixed, which means now we can start working on the STI and getting that stuff going. So we're probably going to be starting all of the STI installs early next week, because there are 2 more videos that I want to shoot with the STI before it goes down into a deep slumber for a couple of weeks. Now, I was able to reallocate some funds in life right now, so it is looking like we might be able to get that FP green turbo after all. I'm gonna have to wait a couple days to see how this money thing plays out for me, but we might be able to snag an FP green, which I am super stoked for, because that would actually get us to the horsepower goal of what we want out of the car on ethanol. So like I said, the tune date is going to be May 28th on the STI, so we do have a little bit of time before this thing needs to go on the dyno and get tuned. I also am starting to re-debate the clutch idea. I might try to swap out the clutch if I can afford it right now. If not, that's gonna have to wait till a later date, and we'll just have to make somewhat safe power on the STI. Now, with all of that being said, I wanted to talk to you guys about how the channel is going to progress forward from this point, or at least from this point now. So today was my last day at work, but you're watching this tomorrow, so yesterday was my last day at work. So now I am full-time doing video stuff. So I only had a couple hours to really shoot this video, and I had to get the BRZ fixed, so I couldn't do any like real cool cinematic stuff, but I did want to give this update out to everyone. So starting on this coming Monday, we're gonna be doing every other day uploads. So I don't know how many videos that is a week because it's gonna alternate, but we're also still gonna be doing live streams every other Sunday for those of you that wanna be able to jump in, ask questions, talk, hang out, do whatever it is that we're gonna be doing. And there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff coming. So I spent the past couple days sitting down, planning out my day-to-day, planning out videos over the next, I think I have videos planned for the next 4 months right now. So it's gonna be a little hectic, but I am crazy excited because now I've got all day to shoot a video and I've got all day the following day to get it edited. So now instead of spending 4 to 5 hours per video, I can spend 16 to 20 hours per video and getting them out there. There's a lot of cool stuff cinematically. I'm not quite sure if that's a word, but there's a lot of cinematic things that I wanna do. Learn how to use my camera in ways that I haven't before, new editing stuff, new audio editing stuff as well. So I'm super pumped to see what I'm able to produce and push out. Now, I also did want to give a breakdown of how we're going to be going about the STI, because there's a lot of parts up there that we need to install. And with this potential new turbo swing coming back into the mix, that might change things. But right now, the way that I'm planning on doing things is starting with the fuel setup. So we need to do the whole ethanol setup for the fuel lines, the fuel rails, TGV deletes, the turbo inlet, potentially the turbo. Then once we get kind of all that fuel and air stuff done, we'll probably move over to start doing the up pipe external wastegate. I don't even remember everything else I have in there. Now, I was talking to my tuner and they were recommending that if I'm gonna be staying on the stock turbo, that I hold off on doing speed density for the time being, which means that HKS blow-off valve is gonna have to wait till a different tune later down the road, which means I'm gonna be staying with a MAF-based car and that bypass valve. So it's gonna play out however we get it figured out and whatnot. Now, with that being said, I'm super pumped for Monday's video. This is gonna be the most cinematic video I have been able to put out related to cars. It is gonna be one of the ones that I'm doing with the STI. So keep an eye out for that one. I'm gonna shoot it tomorrow, Saturday. It'll go live Monday. I'm gonna spend all day Sunday editing it, but it's gonna be one that I've wanted to do for quite a while now, and now that I have the time to be able to produce it, ooh, Monday. Keep an eye out. It's gonna be a good one. So just to put a time frame around some of these uploads for next week, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, then so forth, Tuesday, Thursday. I don't know how these weeks I don't know how the week works, but that's kind of going to be the schedule for the videos. Now, I'm still going to be taking video topic and requests if any of you guys have them. So if you got any, feel free to throw them my way. If they're something that we can do, I'll definitely add it to the list so that way we can get it done. But super pumped to have the BRZ fully working again. That means we can start doing some of this STI stuff and start tearing that guy apart. So Wednesday will probably be the day that we start getting into the engine and pulling that thing into mini pieces, just because I do want to get those other 2 STI videos out before we actually tear this guy down. That's all I really have for you guys in this video. It wasn't anything that's going to be too crazy, just fixing up the BRZ and giving you guys this major channel update since everything is kind of changing and altering. So with that being said, if you guys like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that like button, turn it blue, like the Subaru, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be, that corner right down there, do that corner. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies.